Good morning, everyone. Just getting set up. We've got a couple minutes before class. I do have a suggested playlist if you'd like during class. It's on Spotify under Fit Nikki 2, FITNIKKI 2, the number 2. And it's called Happy Spring Yoga. It's a nice 45-minute mix with some fun stuff with some Jack Johnson and some Ben Harper and some other fun Modest Yahoo, little Eddie Vedder, a little bit of that in there. You're welcome to listen to it during class, and I'll also post it in the comments as well after class post. So we've got a few more minutes left. Wish we had some sunshine. But one day we'll have beautiful sunshine, and we'll film it outside, and it'll be fantastic and beautiful spring. So for class today, we will be using blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can use water bottles, books, anything else that's a little supportive that can hold your weight. Maybe when you're like this, or half lift. Also, rolled up blanket, pillow, anything like that for support underneath your back, bolster, whatever you've got. Got a couple more minutes. I'm just going to set my blocks up right here. We got about another minute or so. Good morning, everyone. Welcome, 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 everyone who's joining live or if you're watching later. We had a beautiful day yesterday. Hopefully we'll have some sunshine again today. Sunshine always makes a day a little bit better, in my opinion. We'll get started in just a few moments. I'm gonna grab one more drink. And we'll go ahead and get started. So welcome everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Yoga Buzz Live. My name is Nikki. Today we'll have about a 45-minute all levels flow class. So you can take it to whatever level you want. You can keep it nice and chill, lots of modifications. You can ramp it up, make it more intense if that's what you're wanting today. You also have the option to just take your Shavasana and lay down on your mat, or take a child's pose on your mat, and whatever you're wanting today. So my name is Nikki, for those who don't know me. I've been teaching for Yoga Buzz for a couple of years. I graduated with their first yoga teacher training program. I always like to tell everyone, this is your class. Listen to your body and do what you need today. Take a rest, take a break, whatever you're needing. We're going to get started today in a nice tall seat. Ooh, I almost forgot what that was. And you can sit up nice and tall. Knees can be bent, legs can be long. It's whatever is comfortable for you today. You can keep your gaze soft or eyes closed and just focus in on your breath. We're going to take about 5 rounds of breath here. Big breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. And JJ is just stopping by to say hi. As you inhale, just Breathe in, just imagine breathing in just beautiful, beautiful colors, sparkles, glitters, whatever makes you happy. Just breathe that in, fill your body. And as you exhale, just start to let go. Let go of stress, let go of tension, let go of anything that doesn't feel good in your body. Just let it go. Let's take one more round of breath here. Feel free to keep your eyes closed or gaze soft. On your next inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, twist to the right. Let your hands float down wherever it's comfortable, so they can land on your shin or your thigh. Maybe your right hand comes back behind you to the ground or a block. We have 3 breaths here. As you inhale, imagine growing taller up through your spine. And as you exhale, you're twisting a tiny bit deeper. It doesn't have to be noticeable to me, but you'll feel that little twist in your body. So big inhale, big exhale. Let's take one more here while I'm just adjusting the camera a little bit. On your next inhale, come back to center, reach up to the sky. Exhale, twist it over to the left side. Same thing, hands float down wherever it's comfortable. Inhale to grow taller. Exhale to twist a little bit deeper, like a corkscrew. One more breath here. And on your next inhale, come back to center, reach up for the sky. Exhale, lean it over to the right side, let your hand come down. Reach with the left hand, push into your left hip. Nice long side of the body. We have 3 breaths here. Each inhale, imagine that your body's lengthening out a little bit more. You're creating space between your ribs. You're relaxing and releasing your muscles. Reaching with the fingertip, reaching with that hip, with your glutes here. And on your next inhale, come back up through center, reach for the sky. Exhale over to the left side. Reaching with the right fingers, pushing into that right hip. Same thing on this side, just creating space, lengthening everything out. Our bodies are a lot different right now. We have all of this change going on, all of these things going on in the world, and that affects our body mentally and physically. So definitely take care of yourself. Give yourself a little extra stretch, a little extra love. Listen to your body. If it's feeling different than it normally does, that's okay. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, let your hands come down. We're going to come into our tabletop. So you can roll forward over your knees. You can swing your legs around, however you want to get there. Wrists come under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Plant the tops of your feet. Press into the tops of your feet, your knees, your knuckles, lengthen through the spine. And as you inhale, let your belly drop, head and hips rise. Exhale, press into the earth, arch up to the sky. Continue here with your breath, with your cat-cow. Feel free to take any extra moves if you like to sit your hips back, if you like to sway them side to side, or anything else that feels good. We're going to take a few extra breaths here. This is one of my favorite stretches if your back is feeling a little stiff, especially your low back. Cat-cow is one of my favorites to get everything moving and feeling a little bit better. Great stretch to do during the day. I always tell people you can do this at your desk anytime if you don't mind people looking in your office and seeing you moving a little bit, but If you're working from home, who's going to see you except maybe your pets or your family, right? Let's take one more breath. And then we'll meet in that tabletop. Nice long spine, rooting down into the mat. And then as you exhale, press down into your left hand and your right leg. Inhale, reach your right arm forward, left leg back. That toe can be down or lifted. And you're going to take one more inhale to lengthen everything out. Exhale, come back into tabletop. Press down into the right hand and the left leg and reach with the left arm, right leg. Pause here for one more inhale. Exhale back into tabletop. We're just going to move with our breath a little bit. Inhale to reach. Exhale to tabletop. One more time. Inhale to reach. Exhale to tabletop. Good. Take your big toes together. Knees can come closer, wide. Sit your hips back. Reach your arms forward. Take 2 breaths in child's pose. And that can be elbows bent, one arm on top of the other with your forehead resting. You can have a block under your forehead. Whatever feels good here. And rise back up into that tabletop. We're going to come into a nice down dog. So everyone's down dog is a little bit different. If you need to walk your hands forward, go ahead. Spread your fingers, press into your knuckles. Lift the heel of your hand a little bit so your pressure's not in your wrist there. Tuck your toes, hips come up, and then back. So I always like to keep a nice little bend to my knees. It feels good on the hamstrings. Feel free to do that. Maybe pedal it out, maybe move the hips side to side. If you're really wanting some movement today, shift forward into plank and back to down dog a few times. Anything that's feeling good in your body. We've got about 3 more rounds of breath, just getting that movement in there. Nice deep breaths. Let's take one more round of breath. And then bring some stillness into your dog. Take a full breath here, relaxing your neck and your jaw, hugging your elbows in, and imagining your shoulder blades sliding up your back. Next, inhale, glance to the top of the mat. Exhale, step your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Let your head hang heavy. You can grab arms or let your hands hang down here. So you want your chest to come a little bit closer to your thighs and try to look back between your legs. Maybe sway side to side or shift your weight forward and backward, or nod your head yes and no. Imagine that your head is super heavy, like a kettlebell or a bowling ball or something like that, and it's pulling down, lengthening out your spine like we lengthen out the side of our body. You want to lengthen the spine out as well, creating a little bit of space, just reversing that compression, all that stress that just kind of pushes down on your spine. Lengthen it all out here. You've got one more round of breath. If you have your elbows, go ahead and release them here. Press down into the sole of both feet and roll up nice and slow, or the soles of both feet. Keep rooting down through your feet. Let your head come up last. Give your shoulders a few shrugs back, open everything up, get everything moving. And then we're just going to get set up here. You're going to bring your heels under your hips. Maybe pulling your lower abs here to bring your tailbone facing down. Shoulders shrug back, palms are open, chin is lifted. Breathe in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. One more time, breathe it in. And let it out. Next, inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, take your hands together down to your heart. Inhale to reach up. Soften your knees and fold forward. Good. Lift halfway. So fingers can come to your shins or your thighs or blocks if you have them. Lengthen up through the spine. Gaze is towards your mat so your entire spine is long, including your neck. And on your exhale, fold it forward. Let's do 2 more like that. Inhale to lengthen out through the spine and reach with the crown of the head and the tailbone. And fold. And one more time, halfway lift, long spine. And fold it forward. Inhale to rise up, reach for the sky. Palms come together, bring them down to your heart. Let's add a little more movement, reach up. Exhale to fold forward. Lift halfway, nice long spine. And fold. Plant your hands, step your right foot back, and let your knee come down to the ground. Finding a nice low lunge. Guys, I apologize, I have allergies. It's just allergies. I know everyone's kind of on high alert when you hear people sneezing or coughing. I have pollen allergies. I've been spending as much time outside as I can. Hopefully you guys are getting some beautiful fresh air as well. But that just affects all of this. So if you're like me and you have allergies, I'm sure you understand the clearing of the throat. Pull back a little bit on your right hip. Press down into your left foot. Fingers reach to the sky. Shoulder blades slide down your back. So just take a peek down. You want your knee and your toe in line with each other. And you're going to inhale, reach up to the sky, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, sweep your hands down. Plant your right hand. Left hand comes to your hip of the sky. We're going to take a couple breaths here in a twist. You can always take a block underneath your hand if you need that. You can take this hand to your hip. You can tuck your back toe and float that knee. You're going to take one more breath. Then you're going to take that left hand. You're going to sweep it down and rise back up. Good. Then we're going to come into that again. So fold forward, plant the right hand, left finger sweep up, then sweep them down and rise back up. We're going to do that a couple more times. Fold forward, sweep the left fingers down and up, and then sweep them down and rise back up. And let's go one more time. Sweep it down and up, and then sweep it down and up. Good. Fold forward, plant your hands, step back to your tabletop. And then tuck your toes, press your hips up and back, down dog. As you exhale, step your feet forward. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Soften your knees and fold forward. Lift halfway, nice flat back, and fold. Plant your hands, step your left foot back behind you, lower your knee, finding your lunge on this side. Shoulders relax, corners of the mouth turn up because we always have a good time in yoga. Fingers are energized, knee in line with your toe. Inhale to lengthen up. Exhale, sweep the fingers down and back, or plant your left hand, right finger sweep up and back. We're just doing a whole different class on this side. Sweep your right fingers down and rise up. We'll have a couple more times here. Fold forward, plant your hands, sweep your fingers up and back. And then bring it down. Let's go one more time. Plant the left hand, right finger sweep up. Press down into that right foot to rise back up. Fold forward, plant your hands, step back to tabletop. Tuck your toes, press your hips up and back, down dog. Step or hop your feet forward, inhale to rise. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. We're going to add on a little more movement. We're going to take it to chair pose. So palms press into each other, shoulders relax, shoulder blades slide down the back. Shift your weight back just a little bit. Bend your knees and sit back like you're coming into a chair, but you're not sure if it's there. So you sit back, but not fully. You want your spine to be long. A lot of times it's easy for that tailbone to tilt up. So pull in those lower abs, bring that tailbone in line with your spine. You do not have to come very low here. You want to keep your chest open, knees in line with your toes. Take one more breath here. On your next inhale, rise up, reach for the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift to that flat back. And fold. Step your right foot back. Lower your knee, rise up. We're going to do that twist one time. Hinge forward, plant the right hand, left finger sweep up. Sweep them down and rise up. Then we're going to take a little back bend here. So glance up at the sky. Bend the elbows maybe a little bit. Inhale to rise up. Fold forward, plant your hands, step back to down dog. So tuck your back toe, step back to that down dog. Shift forward into plank, toes or knees. Hug your elbows in, lower down to your belly. Shrug your shoulders back, lift your heart. Tuck your toes, press back to down dog. Step your right foot forward, and then your left foot steps up to meet it. Inhale to rise up, reach for the sky. Palms come together, and as we exhale, sit back in the chair. And don't worry, we're not going to hold it as long this time. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, soften your knees to fold forward. Halfway lift to that nice flat back. And fold. Plant your hands, step your left foot back, lower your knee, and rise up into that lunge. One time you're going to fold forward, plant your hands, sweep the right fingers up, and then sweep them down and rise up. Little back bend here, just glance up at the ceiling, rise up, fold forward, plant your hands, tuck your back toe, press back to that down dog. Shift forward into your plank, toes or knees, and hug your elbows to lower to your belly. Shrug your shoulders back, lift your heart, press into your tops of your thighs and your toes, and lower. Tuck your toes, press up and back, down dog. Left foot steps forward to a lunge, right foot steps up to meet it. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands together, sit back to chair. Let's add a little bit more. Inhale to reach. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, nice flat back. And fold. Right foot steps back, lower your knee and rise up into your lunge. Fold forward, plant the right hand, left finger sweep down and up. And then sweep them down and up to rise. Take a little back bend here. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, fold forward, plant your hands, tuck your right toe, step back to down dog. Shift forward into plank. Hug the elbows to lower. This time you're going to take your arms by your side. Shrug your shoulders back, lift your heart for half locust. Or maybe your legs as well for full locust. On your exhale, come down, sweep your hands back under your shoulders. Tuck your toes, press back to your knees, and down dog. Right foot steps forward, left foot steps up to meet it. Inhale to rise. Sit back to chair. Whoo. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale to fold. Left foot steps back. Lower your knee, rise up into your lunge. Fold forward, plant your hands, sweep your fingers up. Then sweep it down and rise back up. Take a little back bend. Come back to center. Fold forward, plant your hands, step back to your down dog. Shift forward into your plank, toes or knees. Hug your elbows to lower. Arms come by your side, shrug your shoulders back. Half locust pressing into your thighs or toes. And toes, full locust lifting the legs. Exhale to lower, bring your hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes. Press back to knees and down dog. Left foot steps forward, right foot comes up to meet it. Inhale to rise up. Exhale back to chair. We're going to go one more time through the whole thing. Inhale to rise. Then we have some standing balances. Exhale to fold. Right foot steps back, lower your knee, rise up into your lunge. Sweep your fingers down and back, taking your twist. Inhale to rise up. Take that little back bend, doesn't have to be a big move. Come back up to center. Fold forward, plant your hands, step back to your plank, toes or knees. Or sit back to down dog. Woo, I just missed that whole little move. Shift into your plank, toes or knees. Hug your elbows to lower. Your arms come by your side. Half or full locust. Exhale to lower and slide your hands back under your shoulders. Tuck your toes, press back to knees, and then down dog. Right foot steps forward, left foot steps up to meet it. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, take it back to chair. Other side, inhale to rise. Exhale to fold forward. Halfway lift, nice flat back. And fold. Step your left foot back. Lower your knee. Rise up into lunge. Hinge forward, sweep your fingers down and back. Rise back up into your lunge. Take that little back bend, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Rise up. Fold forward, plant your hands, step back to down dog. Got it right this time, guys. Shift forward into plank, toes or knees. Hug the elbows to lower to your belly. Arms by your side, shrug the shoulders back and lift. Exhale to lower, slide the hands back under your shoulders. Tuck your toes, press back to knees, then down dog. Left foot forward, right steps up to meet it. Inhale to rise. Exhale, take it to chair. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips or to your heart. Grab a drink if you need it. We're going to do a couple standing balances today. All right, so we're going to start with tree pose. And I want us to really focus on rooting down today in our balances. So a lot of times we try to focus on taking that balance to the highest level that we can, to the most intense version of it. But you can keep it really simple, still challenge your body. You don't always have to take it to that highest level to make your body work and to challenge your mind and body. So we're going to start with our tree pose. Everyone thinks tree is simple, basic pose. It can be very complicated. It can be very intense. So we're going to start out with rooting down into all four corners of that right foot. Big toe, little toe, inside, outside of the heel. Lift your toes and spread them a couple times. And then let them settle down and shift all your weight into that right leg. Shrug your shoulders back. Bring your hands to your heart. Open up the left knee and the hip, keeping the ball of your foot on the ground. So this is tree pose. It's a great place to be. Trying to keep that knee and the hip as open as you can. Tailbone faces down. Shoulders are relaxed, jaw is relaxed. Corners of the mouth are turned up, just in case you needed a reminder. You can stay right here, great place to stay, or bring your foot up to your calf. If you normally bring it all the way up here, let's just stay right here today. Make sure your hips are in line together. Press down into the sole of that right foot. Press your left foot into your right leg and your right leg into your left foot. And imagine yourself growing taller. And if you wobble, if you sway, that's okay. Just keep pressing down into the right foot evenly. Maybe soften your knee. You can stay right here, or you can start to grow your branches, maybe taking your hands here, or maybe taking them to that cactus arm, opening up the chest a bit, squeezing the shoulder blades, whatever feels good here, but we're gonna be here for 2 more breaths. So I want you to really think of, just like a tree, rooting down into your feet, growing those roots, finding something steady to hold on to so that you can grow taller, so that you can continue to grow, finding that steady base to start out with. On your next inhale, bring your hands to your heart, turning your knees, set your foot down, maybe give that right leg a little shake out. We were standing on it for quite a bit. And we're going to bring it to that left side. Root down into all 4 corners of your left foot. Lift your toes and spread them a couple times. And then shift all your weight into that foot. Turn out the right knee and the right hip. Ball of the foot is on the ground. Shoulder blades slide down the back. Tailbone faces down. Relax the jaw and the shoulders. Relax your tongue. Palms press into each other, and you can stay here or bring your foot up to your calf. Hips are nice and square. Right foot is pressing into your left leg into your right foot. Again, find that balance. Focus and breathe, and if you step out of it, if you wobble, if you fall, it's totally okay. We're going to take a few breaths here, maybe take some different arms. Maybe you want to take your hands behind you with reverse prayer pose. That opens up the chest as well. Maybe challenge yourself by closing your eyes. We're going to take 1 more breath wherever you're at. Bring your hands to your heart, turn your knee in, set your foot down, maybe shake out that left leg. If you close your eyes, let's just pretend like we're in class, because I miss seeing all you guys' faces and watching you guys practice. You guys really inspire me. I try to feed off of you guys. So sometimes it's really hard to do this via computer because I don't get to see you guys. Pretend like we're in class. Raise your hand if you close your eyes on that tree. And if you did and you stayed steady, awesome. If you did and you fell over, good for you too for giving it a try. I always fall over when I close my eyes. It freaks my brain out too much. So totally normal to wobble and fall over as well. We're going to stretch out the feet. 1 more balance. We're going to do chair pose with our heels lifted. So you want your feet to be about hip distance. You can have your hands at your heart. I like to reach them out forward. Pinkies turned in a little bit. I say like you're giving a gift or you're receiving a gift. Just like before, you're going to take that weight back towards your heels. And maybe roll back and forward a little bit. Feel through your feet. Weight to your heels. Arms forward or hands at your heart. Bend your knees. Sit your hips back. And let's just get a feel for this before we come back up. And then shift your weight into the balls of your feet. Lift your heels. Sit your hips back again. So you don't have to come low, but you want that spine long. So if you feel that tailbone tilting up, Pull in those lower abs, bring your tailbone pointing down. Take it as low as you can. Focus and breathe. We've got 3 more breaths here. What? 3 breaths. But I want you to, if you have to step out of it, if your feet wobble, that's totally fine. But think of relaxing your jaw. Relax your tongue. Relax your shoulders. We're going to take 1 more round of breath. And then gently rise up. Lower your heels, hands to your heart. Maybe shake out those legs for a breath. Good. Let's stretch it out. Take a big breath in. Soften your knees and fold forward. Bring your hips down to the mat. Have a seat. Make sure you have your blocks by your side if you have them. You're going to find a nice tall seat here. So maybe move the glutes around a little bit. Find those hip bones. Feet stay flexed, but feel free to put a little softness to your knees if that feels good. Inhale to reach up for the sky. We want to keep our spine long as we fold forward. So a lot of times we fold forward and that low back rounds, our back rounds here. You want to keep it long. So reach up and start to fold forward. And here's where these blocks can come in handy. Keep the spine long and let your hands float down. Maybe they come to your blocks, maybe they come to the ground or your shins. When you get to that point where your back's about to curl, pause. Keep lengthening through the crown of the head and through the tailbone. And you're probably not going to fold as far forward as you usually do. That's okay. Let's take 1 more breath here. And then gently rise up. You're going to bring your left foot inside of your right leg like a tree pose. And you're going to take your shoulders and bring them to face forward. And again, right foot is flexed, but your knee can be soft here. This time you're going to reach up for the sky, fold forward, and let your hands float down wherever it's comfortable. And you can relax the back a bit, relax your neck, relax your jaw. 2 rounds of breath here. And guys, if your animals are practicing with you, please feel free to take a picture and post it. We love to see, I love to see all the animals, everyone's animals, having a good time. And let's rise on up. And then we're going to switch legs. Left leg comes long, right leg comes inside. Turn your shoulders to face front, foot is flexed. Reach it up and fold forward. Good. Pause here for a couple breaths. Bend your knee for less intensity. I always joke around that I'm the crazy cat lady because I love cats and I have a couple cats. But I do love the dogs too, so I love to see dogs. Feel free to post a picture or send me a picture of your dog doing yoga or just hanging out. And let's rise up. Good. Bend both knees. Bring the bottoms of your feet together. Find those sit bones again. And it may just be the outer edge of your feet touching. You don't have to have the whole sole of your foot touching. Lengthen up and then fold forward. Let your neck and your jaw relax here. Let's take 1 more breath. And gently rise up. Bend your knees, or lift your knees, plant your feet. Make sure you're midway on your mat and you have a block or cushion or pillow by your side. And gently roll down. So you're going to take your right leg, bring your ankle in front of your thigh, come into a figure 4. Arms can come out by your side if that's comfortable. Keep your foot flexed and bring your legs in towards your chest. You want to try and keep your shoulders relaxed on the mat. Maybe reach for your thigh or your shin, or maybe just keep it right here. You can lift that left leg, and if you want to draw some little circles to relax your ankle, your shin, and your calf. We have 2 more breaths here. Let's take 1 more round of breath. And let your left foot come back to the mat if it's not there already. Stay in that figure 4. As you exhale, let your legs float over to the right side. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to center. Good. Let's go 2 more times each side with your breath. Over to the side. Exhale the center. Over to the left. Inhale the center. 1 more time each side. Nice deep breaths. And after that, last breath to the left, and you come back to center. You can release the right leg, put your foot on the ground, knee is bent. Left leg lifts up, bring your ankle in front of your thigh. Find that figure 4 on this side, knowing it may look and feel different. You can stay here, you can bring your legs in towards your chest, maybe reaching for your thigh or your shin. Let your shoulders relax on the mat. Maybe you want to draw some circles with that right foot to release your ankle, your shin, and your calf here. Take a couple breaths, letting go, resting and relaxing. Let's take 1 more round of breath. Let your right foot come back to the mat. Stay in that figure 4, arms out by your side. As you exhale, let your legs fall to the right this time. Inhale, bring it back up to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. 2 more times each side. Take your time here. Nice deep breaths. One more time each side. Take it slow. Relax. When you come back to center that last time, release the left leg. Set it down on the mat. Grab your block, your pillow, your blanket, whatever you have here. Lift your hips. Take that prop, put it under your low back. Maybe lift your shoulders, shrug them back, and settle in. So you can stay here, supported bridge. You can take legs up for waterfall. You can take your legs long, letting your hips, your knees, and your toes open up. I like this one. It feels good on my back and my hips. Feel free to close your eyes or soften your gaze. We're going to take 4 nice slow breaths here. Starting to just let go. Let go of anything you're still holding on to here. And guys, while I have you here nice and relaxed, just a reminder, these classes are free for everyone. We want to make sure that everyone is having access to yoga, especially in this time of extra stress, trauma, uncertainty. If you can donate, we truly appreciate it. It goes to not only helping Yoga Buzz's mission of making yoga accessible to everyone and bringing it to everyone, scholarships for our yoga teacher trainers, and all the other wonderful programs we have. It also pays our teachers who are going through times of uncertainty just like you guys. So if you can donate, please do. We truly appreciate it. And if you can't, please continue to enjoy the yoga for free. We want to make sure that everyone is taking time to themselves, finding a way to relax and release, finding a time and a space to just focus on yourself. If your feet aren't on the mat, go ahead and bring them to the mat with knees bent. Lift your hips slightly, slide your block out, set it to the side. We're going to find our way into your final resting pose. And that may be legs long, arms by your side. Maybe you want to take butterfly or bound angle with bottoms of your feet together, knees bent. Maybe a block or cushion under your thighs. Or maybe you'd like to have a seat today. Whatever you'd like. I want you to take about 2 breaths to get comfortable, to find that shape, to soften your gaze or close your eyes. Then take 3 more breaths here for a full body scan. Just starting to let go of anything you're still holding on to. Sometimes we just have so much going on. The minute we let go of a thought, something else pops into our head. And that's okay, that's pretty normal. Just try to let those thoughts, that stress, that negativity, try to let it float away for the next few minutes. To just let your mind and body rest, relax, and let go. Focus on your breath. Focus on your inhale. Focus on your exhale. Friends, please feel free to stay here as long as you need. Take as much time as you need for you. Please stay safe. Please stay healthy. From my heart to yours, love, light, peace, and kindness.